Hello friends, I am Dilip Singh. Now we will start the JavaScript. So welcome to the first JavaScript lecture of the tutorial series for web programming. Today we will see the introductory part and the basic understanding of the JavaScript. So we'll start with client server, understanding what exactly client server is, and then we'll move towards the down in this index. Like we'll see what is JavaScript, then what we can do using JavaScript, whether Java and JavaScript are same or not, whether the JavaScript is a case sensitive language, how to put the comments in a JavaScript, then where to write the JavaScript code, and we'll see whether semicolon we should use or not in order to terminate the JavaScript statements, and we'll see the document.write function, and we'll write our first JavaScript script. Okay, so let's start with understanding the concept of client server in web technology. So what is client server? Here in this diagram we can understand this PC is a client and this PC or computer is a server. So client and server both are basically the softwares. The client software installed in the PC where user is sitting and trying to access some resource from the server. So basically in our web based technologies, the web browser is a client. So whatever, any web browser, it can be Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer, any web browser in your PC, in user's PC, is a client. And how this client server work, basically client request for the services to the server and server reply whatever services that client want. For example, suppose if I type in our web browser www.google.com, so it means that after hitting enter, the browser act as a client, will simply send a request for web page. Which web page? The google.com web page to the Google server, and Google server retrieve that requested web page and send it as a reply to the client PC, where browser interpret that reply and show it to the user. Basically in web scenario, server sent the HTML code of the requested web page, and that HTML code is interpreted by the web browser of the client PC. Okay, so this is how client server scenario work. Server provide the services and client basically uses that services. So client request the services from the server, and server reply that requested services to the client. This is the how client server scenario work. Right, now let's see what is JavaScript. So JavaScript, well, it's a most popular scripting language. It's a scripting language. uh, it's basically work in all major browser or supported by all major browsers such as Mozilla, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Opera, etc. Right. Now the JavaScript, as I said, is a scripting language designed to add interaction to the HTML pages. Right. Well, let's see. If you have seen my previous videos of HTML tutorials and CSS tutorials, so I have already told that HTML will act as a structure of a web page, whereas CSS used to decorate the web page, and JavaScript used to put a brain into our web page. Right. Means using JavaScript we can make our web page to be dynamic. We can create dynamic web pages. Means when user access the web page, that at runtime the content of a web page can change. We'll see, right, how in the coming lectures how we can make our web page to behave dynamically using JavaScript. So basically JavaScript consists of lines of executable computer code which is usually embedded directly into HTML page. Okay, so JavaScript is an interpreted language. Well, the language, there is no need of compilation. It's a interpreted language. JavaScript is an interpreted language. And guys, if you're not familiar with interpreted language or compiled language, so don't worry. Once you will go through all of my video, the one by one all these terms, maybe it will be clear, right? So JavaScript is an interpreted language. So in shorts, what is JavaScript? So it's a interpreted language, and JavaScript used for the client side scripting. We have seen here client and server, right? So we use JavaScript to at the client side, to work at the client side basically. Okay, so client side scripting allows the programmer or developer to alter pages dynamically and to respond to user actions immediately rather than having to wait for the server to create a new version of a page and reply. We'll see what exactly this is. So right now you can just simply concentrate what is JavaScript basically client side scripting language, and it's an interpreted language. And one more thing, it's an event based language because of its ability to run the block of code only when a specified event occur. That event can be a page being loaded, or link being clicked, or image being pointed by mouse pointer, etc. Right. And JavaScript is a object oriented language. So friends, don't be panic if you are not be able to understand in any of these term like interpreted, object oriented. Don't be panic. So it will be clear more when we'll go to the future lectures. Right. Now what can we do with the JavaScript? So we can create, using JavaScript we can create interactive user interface in a web page. Like we can create interactive menus, pop-up alerts, windows, right? And we can manipulate web content dynamically at runtime. Like we can change the content and style of an element. We can replace image on a web page without the whole page is reloaded. We can hide or show the contents of a web page or element of a web page, right? So all these things we can do with the help of JavaScripts. Apart from that, using JavaScript we can generate HTML code or HTML content dynamically, or we can say we can generate HTML content on the fly, right? Whenever we need, we can create it immediately. And we can use JavaScript for form validations. We can use JavaScript, that Ajax is one of the very important concept of in JavaScript that we can use in order to load the part of a web page, right? In place of loading a whole web page, we can load a part of a web page using Ajax. So there are many things that we can do with the help of JavaScript. Okay, so the next question is, you may have heard about Java, and we are talking right now about JavaScript. The question is whether the Java and JavaScript both are the same. The answer is no, they are not same. They are two completely different language in both concept and design. Java, developed by Sun Microsystems, is powerful and much more complex programming language than JavaScript. Java comes in the same category of that C, C++. It's a much more powerful and complex language, right? So Java and JavaScripts are not the same language. And the next question is whether the JavaScript is a case sensitive. So the answer is yes, it's a case sensitive language, right? And what is case sensitive? So case sensitive means if there is a function available in a JavaScript, suppose the name of a function is add, right? So if the name having all the letter written in small, then we must have to use in our code all the letter in small. Means add is not equal to capital ADD. The both are not same, right? Because JavaScript is a case sensitive language. So if we have written a name of a variable or a function in a small letter, then we must access that variable or function in a small letter only. Okay, right? So now let's see how we can put comments in JavaScript. So JavaScript's having two different types of putting the comments. One is a single line comments. If you want to put the single line comments, we can use simply double forward slash. And if you want to put a multi-line comment, then we can start the comment by forward slash star, then here we can put the comments, and then we can close the comments by star forward slash. So you can see this is a C or C++ like comment. In C or C++, we use the same syntax for the comments, right? Now Next question is where to write the JavaScript code. Like if you have seen my previous video lectures on HTML then CSS, so we have seen where we can write the CSS code, right? So there was many methods. Similarly, the question is where we should write the JavaScript code. So the answer is anywhere in a HTML document. In our HTML page we can write JavaScript anywhere. It means we can write JavaScript in either head section or in body section, right? But well, we can write the JavaScript in in anywhere in HTML document. But you should remember that the script inside the document is interpreted in the order they appear in the document, right? So where you place the JavaScript tag matters, right? So we'll see in examples and it will be more clear then. So again there are two places where we can write the JavaScript. One is we can embed the JavaScript into our HTML code, and for that the syntax is simply we have to use the tag script and then we'll close the tag script here, and between the script opening and closing tag we have to write all our Java code here, sorry, all our JavaScript code here between the opening and closing the script tag, right? So this script we can put either inside the head or inside the body, okay? But we can also write JavaScript code in external file, like we have done in CSS also. Similarly in JavaScript we can write all our JavaScript code in external file, then we can attach that external file in our HTML web page. But the JavaScript external file, when we save, it must have the extension after file name .js, sorry, okay? So here you can see how we can attach the external file. Again we will use the script tag, but in opening script tag we'll put the source src attribute and the path of that JavaScript file to which we want to include or attach in our web HTML web page, and then we will use the type attribute which will tell what is the type of this file that we are going to attach. So it's a text oblique JavaScript because we are going to attach a JavaScript file, okay? And then we can close the script tag. So this is how we can attach the external JavaScript file in our HTML code or in our HTML web page or document. Well, when we will write the code, each statement we can terminate using semicolons, but using semicolons are optional. So it's up to us whether we should use semicolons or not, but the recommended is always use semicolons in order to close the statement of a code, right? And now there is a function document.write. It's a predefined function in a JavaScript, document.write. And what this function do, basically we'll see all this in more detail in our later videos. But here, this function, what this function do, here document represent our HTML document, our HTML web page basically, and the write function will says that we want to write something on our HTML document. So within the write function, if we want to write some string, suppose, so this string will be written into the our HTML documents. So basically document.write function used to write a string into our HTML document. Okay, so hope this the introductory part or all these basic concepts of the JavaScript is clear. But if you have any query on any of these terms that we have seen today, you can simply ask on the comments. Now let's write our first JavaScript script. Okay, so we have one simple web page, and this is a HTML code structure, basic structure. So this is what web page right now we have. Here hello JavaScript is a title of our web page, right? So what I'll do, I have saved that web page as a jsintro.html. I'll double click it, and you can see here nothing appears. Why? Because in body sections I didn't have included anything. So right now our web page is empty, only the title is shown here, hello JavaScript, right? So let me save it. Okay, now let's write our first JavaScript code. So we know that we can write JavaScript code anywhere into this HTML document, into this HTML code, right? So let us write in head section. So within the head section, how I will write, what I will do, I will use script tag, because we know in order to put the JavaScript we have to use script tag. So here I have open the script tag, then I have closed the script tag, and within that I will write all my JavaScript. So suppose I am going to use the function that we have learned today, that document.write, in order to write something in our web page. Right now our web page doesn't have anything. I want to write something in this web page, not using HTML code, but using JavaScript. So how I will use document dot write, and here in, if I want to write some string, then in double quote, because the string is represented by putting it in by putting the sequence of word into the double quotes, right? So here suppose I want to write hello from JavaScript. Okay, now the statement, this is a statement, this code, a single line of a code, this is one statement, and we can, it's optional, as we have seen here, we can terminate the statement by using semicolon. It's up to us, but what I recommend, we always use semicolon after this statement, right? So I'll follow the same. So I'll save it, and when I'll go to the browser, I'll refresh it. You can see hello from JavaScript comes into the where this is our HTML document web page, so it's comes into the document, right? So you can simply notice here that in body section here I did not have written anything, but here hello from JavaScript is appearing in our web page. From where it is coming? It's coming from our JavaScript code, right? How? What we are doing, we are in our document. Basically document is what? Document is our HTML web page. So in our document, what I want to write, what I want to write, hello from JavaScript. So you can see here, this is how we can use JavaScript in order to write something in our document using the function document.write. Okay, so hope that the introductory part or the basics of the JavaScript is clear to you all, and hope you can write your first JavaScript script. Okay, so friends, after watching this video, if you feel that it was really helpful in order to learn the concepts, then please like and subscribe the video, and feel free to comment or query if any. Thanks.